YouTube. It is currently 4:25 in the afternoon in California, and it is 6:25 in Central Time back home. We are rolling down US 99, rocking and rolling, headed back home. Be home Saturday, sometime hopefully early in the morning, and then we'll leave back out Sunday morning, headed to Denver and Salt Lake, or just Salt Lake, one of the two. Don't get much of a break this week, but that's okay. We need the money. A couple bills came up. We're paying a bunch of stuff off, so we don't have to worry, stress so much. That's a big thing about being out here and being a truck driver. I don't know. Like I said before on yesterday, I don't know how many people are going to come in here, but I'm gonna start shooting up these lives maybe once a day, maybe every other day, something like that. I know I put one up yesterday. I'll put one up today. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. Being out here on the road, you got a lot of guys that are coming into truck driving because they're at their end. They don't know what else to do. They've lost their job. Back when the economy crashed, we had a lot of people coming to truck driving because they had lost their jobs. Auto industry kind of tanked, and everybody was struggling to find work, and a lot of people realized they could get in the trucking pretty easily. So they got into truck driving. I mean, truck driving, get into this business is not a very hard thing to do. The hard part of this business is changing your lifestyle to realize that you can't just come out here like a regular 9 to 5 job. This is a job that you have to live, eat, and breathe and sleep it for the first few years that you're out here because if not, you're not going to make any money. And that's the sad part about it is like you got guys out here that are killing themselves because it's their first, year or so out here. And stop traffic ahead, okay? You got people that are killing themselves out here trying to survive because these bigger name companies don't pay a ton of money to be out here and they want you away from home all the time. And you got a lot of guys that say, "Well, can you give me advice because I want to get into truck driving?" It's all right. Well, I kind of jumped around here, but my advice for anybody getting the truck driving, you need to realize that for the first year or 2 years, you're going to have to be away from home. Now, if you have wife and kids, that's tough. That is super tough if you got a wife and kids, um, because they're not going to be used to you being gone. But you have to. What you want to do is, if you're getting into this and you have kids and you have a wife or even have a girlfriend, baby mama, whatever it is, and you want to still be a part of your kid's life. You still want to be part of their life. You need to sit down and explain to them that this isn't gonna be wow, bro. This isn't gonna be your regular 9 to 5. This ain't gonna be your regular Monday through Friday job. A lot of these guys out here. I mean, yeah, you got other companies that are out here that get you home a little more often than they used to when I started. But this is one of those jobs where you're gonna have to be gone for at least a week to 2 weeks at a time, if not longer, before you get home. A lot of these companies, they try to talk you guys into being out here for 2 to 3 weeks at a time minimum, and that's crazy. Like when I first started driving, I did that. I was out for when I first started driving 7 years ago. The minimum that a lot of these big name companies were looking for. I worked for CRST when I first came out. I worked for Warner, so I've worked for a couple big companies, and the minimum that they were asking of their drivers was 4 weeks out, 4 days off. And it wasn't really even 4 days off. It was about 3.5 days off because either on that third day or that fourth day, you got that first day you either got home. Shoot, they pretty much told you had from 1 a.m. to midnight that night to that'd be their window to get you home. That wasn't even like really a set time to be home. So you'd go home and it'd be like 5 o'clock at night, and then they want you back out at you know 8 o'clock on your fourth day or something like that. So you wouldn't even really get 4 full days off unless you put your foot down. But so now I guess a lot of these companies are a little different. They're doing like 2 weeks out and 2 days home. So it's still one day for every 7 days you're out pretty much, and that's hard on a family. I know it is. Like I've lost a lot of friends over truck driving. Like just because of you get the, oh, you're never around, oh man, I wanted to hang out, but you're never home. Well, that's part of my job. It's part of my lifestyle. It's what I do. For me to be able to have the things I have to be gone like this. So it's tough, So if you're looking for advice to get into truck driving, just really sit down and think about it. And I'm not discouraging anybody to get into truck driving. If that's how you want to make money, that's how you want to make money. It's beautiful. Come out here and do it. There's plenty of work. But where I tell you is make sure you sit down with your family. If you have family, make sure you sit down with your friends. If you have really close friends that you hang out with every weekend, and explain to them that you're not going to be able to do that anymore. You're going to be gone and stuff like that, and you're not going to be home all the time. That for your first year, 2 years, that's the way it's going to be. But after that, when you get your foot in the door and you kick that door open a little farther, and you're able to find them nicer jobs, where you're home every weekend or home every other day or every night or whatever it is, then that's when you need to get into what you need to do. But also the other part of that is you get a lot of people in this business that are trying to, they're so far in debt that man, they can't see the surface, and they know that they hear from people you make a lot of money out here, and you can make good money out here. That's not a lie. But it requires a lot of work, and it requires a lot of effort, and it requires a lot of wait till nights away from home. It's tough, but you can get out of debt. You can get out of the situation that you're in, and you don't have to be a lease operator to do it. You just got to use your head. My wife and I, shoot, we just paid off two credit cards this morning. We got paid. We had enough money saved up. We paid off two credit cards. Here in a couple months, we'll pay off our last credit card we have. We have one more credit card to pay off, and then that's paid off completely. You know, so you can, you know, make enough money out here to get yourself back on your feet and get yourself, back closer to the surface and out of debt and get you stuff that you want, stuff that you like and you need. But the problem is you got to just take your time and save that money. Don't, you get those first couple big paychecks and you're making good money. Don't blow it. Put it in the bank. Let it sit there. The other piece of advice I give people when it comes to finances, when it comes out here on the road, create yourself an emergency fund. At least get $1,000 put into a savings account that you can access at any time, no matter what. Transfer into your main checking account, whatever it is. You know, don't keep cash on you. Don't do that. Don't keep it in cash on you. But have $1,000 set aside if you can. If you can't, I understand. Make it 500. Make it 200. Have that emergency fund set aside when you come out here on the road, and don't touch it. Only use it in true emergencies. Oh, I didn't make enough of my paycheck to do what I need to do. I need to take. No, that's not what it's for. That's for if you break down and you're in a pinch and you need to buy a hotel, but your company's going to reimburse you for it at a later date. You just need that. You just need that money in a pinch, or anything like that. You just got to have that cushion, because if you come out here with no cushion, I did it. I didn't come out here with a cushion. I had nothing. I was living on advances when I first got out here on the road, and it is tough. That's another thing that I tell people to do. All these companies say, "Oh, if you need money, just get in advance." Do not ever take out an advance. Don't do it. And the reason why I say that is because what happens is you take out an advance, right? So you take out that advance. Well, then you turn around and next week you're that $150 or $75 or $100 short, and you got to take out another advance because you're $100 short in your paycheck. And then as you see, it starts a chain where you're just constantly taking out advances because you're shorting that paycheck. You're shorting that paycheck, and don't get in that habit of using advances. If you have to use an advance, let them take it out of your next check and don't take out another one. Don't keep taking out those advances. Advances are the worst thing companies can do for you. They are the worst. That just keeps you in their hand. That's exactly what it does. It gives them another way to grab a hold of you and keep you there. It's bad enough that these big name companies, you go to school for them, they send you to their school and they put you, through in a truck, blah blah blah, and then you have to sign that contract. You're with them for a year or however long their contract is, and so then you're stuck. You got to be stuck there for that X amount of time. And then you start taking out cash advances and stuff like that, and then you're stuck even more because you don't want to leave when because you owe them money. They're going to take it out of your last check, and it's going to leave you short. And Just advances are bad. I don't care what anybody says. You can disagree with you all you want. I don't care. Advances in your paycheck are bad. Don't do it. Just don't. It ain't worth it. Uh, you know, it's just traffic sucks. By the way, side note. Traffic in California sucks. I'm stuck in traffic right now. We were flowing good, but then now there's like 2 or 3 highways joining together, and there's construction, and it's a big old headache. So I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about doing more of these. I ain't been in this business a long time. 7 years is just like a drop in a bucket, you know. You got people who've been here a lot longer than I have, probably got a lot better information than I have, but what I do have is I've been knocked out of this business twice. I had been driving for 2 years, fell down a set of stairs at a terminal in Atlanta, Georgia, ruptured my patella tendon in my left knee. I think it was my left knee. Yeah, anyways, we'll just say my left knee. I had to go have surgery. I was out of work for 9 months. Yeah, I had workers' comp, all that stuff, but it puts you in a hole, you know. And then I was, oh, shoot, sorry about that, y'all. I was told that I'd never walk without a crutch. I'd never walk without a cane. I'd probably never be able to climb and back into a tractor trailer again. Well, guess what, folks? After that 9 months, I pushed myself and I pushed myself and I climbed back into a tractor trailer and I went to work because it's all I knew how to do. Well, 4.5 years later to the month, I was in the back of a trailer. I was working for a different company this time. I was in the back of a trailer sweeping it out at FedEx in Atlanta, Georgia, surprisingly. And got to the back of the trailer, and where the trailer was at, I didn't pull in front of the trailer because I didn't want to block the lane of traffic going through there when they were shuttling trailers around. I didn't want to become a nuisance. So I parked on the side of them. And another driver that when I worked for the same company as I did come rolling through and decided he wanted that trailer that I was in the back of, which made me mad, but it was one of those things he didn't realize was in the back of it. Well, when I back up to a trailer, if it's an empty trailer, I'm checking the back to make sure there's nobody or nothing in the back of it. I always do, always have. And every company I've ever worked for, we always leave our trailers like an inch off the ground, 2 inches off the ground. So that way, especially in the wintertime, when you back underneath them, it picks them up and it makes it easier to raise up that landing gear. And so, oh, what the heck is going on here? Somebody get hit or something? I'm confuzzled. Hold on a second, y'all. This is interesting. Somebody stall or something? I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh, somebody's car broke down or something. They're trying to push it out of the road, I guess. Oh, interesting. All right, then, that's cool. People helping people. I'm always up for that. Come on, Big Pete. You can get in front of this J&B truck. Come on. Anyways, he's carrying on up the road. I guess he didn't want to get in front of me. That radio doesn't have a radio on, but anyways. So, what was I talking about? Wow, I just lost my train of thought because I got distracted. I'm like a goldfish. I got the attention span of a goldfish. You show me shut and shiny or something crazy going on, I just lose all train of thought. But yeah, what was I talking about? I don't know. So, anyways, this is a 15-minute live feed. I knew nobody'd come in here. Nobody likes Ram. Just kidding. I don't give a damn. But I can also come on here to say if you haven't heard about it yet, look up Instagram TV. It's kind of like a different version of YouTube. Uh, we also have a channel there We just started because they just started that the other day. Instagram TV. I put my first video up today. If you're looking for us on there, it's same as here, Hustle and Flow Trucking. We're on Instagram, and we also have a Facebook page. But if you're looking for some more content and you want to give me a follow somewhere else, go ahead and hop over there to Instagram and look us up, and you'll start seeing more videos over there. I think we're going to post over there, once a day or once every other day, just like we're going to post here, see what happens. Because trying to find a new outlet that a bunch of people aren't on yet. Maybe we can get a following over there better than we get a following over here. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we're going to give that a try. Like I said, the wife and I, she's got a couple ideas for a video. I think I said that on yesterday's, but we were going to do one when we got home, but we've been busting so hard so long that it just... Come on, K-Dub. Come on. Or not. Some people just don't have a radio. That is one of my biggest pet peeves, man. Get a damn radio. I don't care if you're a day cab or if you're a damn local guy and you haul containers. I don't care if you're over the road. Get a damn radio and turn some bitch on. That man's got his blinker on waiting to try to get back. What are you doing, you dummy? There's a reason why that's closed off like that, but okay, you just do you, boo-boo. Do you. Maybe your car's breaking down or something. I don't know. Man, people breaking down out here like crazy today. This traffic is a mess. And they got an exit shut down here, and they got a truck on the shoulder. Jeez, what the heck is going on? Yeah. Accident or something? I don't know. It's a crazy day in California. I don't know, he's got some sort of plow or something. Okay then. That's a pretty small little plow, but alright. That works too. But let's see if I can turn this around and you see where I was at. You see what I'm doing. See what I'm dealing with here. This is what I'm dealing with today. Oh, come on. Touch screen, maybe? There it goes. Its vibration's not letting it zoom or like see what it's doing, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. We got a cop on the shoulder. Got trucks jumping in front of me because I don't know, because they're stupid. Oh my God, there's a cop on the shoulder. Everybody freak out. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna hop off here before I get frustrated with people being stupid. But you hear me start cussing at people. Trying not to do that as much. The wife yells at me for cussing so much. You married a truck driver. She's a truck driver. She should understand her daddy's a truck driver, But I guess. Y'all be careful. Y'all be safe. Tell somebody you love them. And have a good day.